You like that? 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 You like that?
What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we are going to talk Khari Johnson, slot corner, nickel safety out of BC. And this is a kid that I had an opportunity to train when he was in middle school. I've known him since then. I was his defensive coordinator on Pop Warner. So him and Mike Sainristil were on the same team, coached both of those guys. And so it's come full circle. I've gotten an opportunity to break him down. Really excited to be able to do this. Unfortunately for him, he did not get the combine invite, not invited to any all-star games, but the film is really good, and I know NFL evaluators are going to be able to see that. He won the DB award at BC and was a force to be reckoned with in the ACC all year long. So let's get right into this thing. So we got him here. He's in the slot down here on this bunch set. So he's at the point. And so don't love the opening of the gate to kick things off. We talked about this a little bit with the Travis Hunter breakdown, but either way, he's physical with this guy, gets into trail man, okay? Trail man technique, hands on, and then I always love this whenever I'm evaluating DBs or talking to my DBs in the film room. When the whistle blows and the play ends, when the film ends, I want to see you like this. I want to see you on top of the receiver in phase, cutting him off, square to the line of scrimmage. That is a really good job right there by Khari. And so if we move on to the next play here, we got him down here in the slot. And so, all right, this one, I like this play because it's very subtly a good play. And I know NFL evaluators are going to notice this, okay? So he blitzed a lot out of the slot. They were sending him after the quarterback, okay? And so on this play, he's blitzing. I'm not in their playbook, but I can say with pretty decent certainty, in their playbook, when they blitz off the edge, they're probably going to have him be a peel defender, right? So peel rules, you cut off your blitz, and then you got to cover this back out here into the flat. But what I really like that he does on this play is most guys, when they're peeling, they're going to go here. They're going to want to get to the back, get hands on this guy. I like that he retreats a little bit and starts to get some width, okay? Because what ends up happening here is it really just turns into a smash concept, right? So we got an out route here. We got this deep out breaking route. And so he does a good job of not sprinting down here. He can't see where the receiver is. But, you know, if this route is shorter and gets more width, right? If he's in this zone and in this area, he's going to affect the throw and make the quarterback have to get more air underneath the throw, right? So he doesn't know what's going on behind him, but that's a really heady heads up play that instinctually you're going to want to run to the back and be like, I'm covering my guy, I'm on top. No, he stays here, he gets width, and it ends up being a completion, but that is a good job. That shows that he has some awareness of what's going on out here, okay? So really good job on that play. All right, this next one. So they got all these guys walked up on the line of scrimmage here, okay? So, you know, showing that cover zero blitz pressure here. And so what they end up doing, though, is they drop all these guys out, okay? So when you put all these guys at the line of scrimmage, it forces the offensive line to have to 5-0 protect, right? So they got to be in man protection, but there's still too many guys for them to block, even with the tight end here. So what are they going to do? Typically what a team will do, and what Mizzou does here, is they slide the protection away from Ezeraku, the best player on their defense, best guy on their front. They slide the protection away and let the quarterback be responsible for him. So the quarterback is going to know that they're going to slide this way, and he's going to go with them and run away from Ezeraku and try to get the ball out quickly. But what they do is they drop out, okay? So they drop out on this play, and they send Khari off the edge. So it's still only a 4-man rush, and he's coming off the edge. And so what the offensive line has to do, what the tackle has to do, is he's going to want to protect the most dangerous. That's why he's hip to hip with the guard, but he sees the linebacker drop out. So now he's got to go to get Ezeraku, and that is going to give Khari a free run at the quarterback, okay? Now, unfortunately for Khari, he would have had a sack here, but they had the linebacker on the back. He's out leveraged. So the hot answer is there for the quarterback. He's able to throw it, but it is an incomplete pass, and Khari is credited with a pressure on this play. So really good job getting in there. But the key thing to start the play off with him that's really important is the disguise, okay? So whenever you watch him and he's out here in the slot and he's blitzing, he's a good poker player. You never know when he's coming. Does a good job of disguising it. You see guys that get itchy, they're staring in here, showing it. No, he looks like he's in man coverage on that guy and he's coming off the edge. So really good job of disguising the blitz there. So you can see it, right? Close the trap door, opens it to get to Ezeraku because he's the most dangerous, and Khari is screaming. All right, so on this next one here, okay? Slot defender. Really important as a slot defender to be able to take on blocks and tackle people and tackle in space and be physical, tackle running backs, and Khari Johnson can do that. If you try to block him with the receiver, this is what's going to happen, right? There's a really good job. We call this technique butt, bench, shed, so like butt of a gun, right? You want to hit him, strike him, then bench him out. He benches him out, controls the blocker, sheds it, keeps that outside half free, gets in here and makes a tackle. It's a really good job. Really good job by Khari out here on the perimeter. So they're running outside zone. They try to block him with a receiver. That is not a winning business model. Khari makes the tackle in space. All right, so again, right, we get this one where he's opening up early, opens the gate. And so on this one, I'm not in their playbook. I don't know the techniques that they're teaching them and all that stuff. But you can see down here, the corner down here is square to the line of scrimmage. This DB here is square to the line of scrimmage. This DB here is square to the line of scrimmage. All these defenders are square to the line of scrimmage, and Khari's opening up. I would like to see him stay square because like we talked about with Travis Hunter, right? You got to be on top of this thing because they're going to try to cut underneath your face, right? So they cut underneath your face. Now you got to flip your hips back around. That's why I'm more of a fan of staying square, but I don't know what they're telling him exactly to do on this play. But I would like to see him stay square more often, and we'll see it a little bit more later in the game. All right, so this one, I like this play because it shows his versatility. So here, you can't really tell what the coverage is. It's like, are they in zero? Like, is it going to be, cover one and drop the safety back? You don't really know what they're going to be in here. And they do this nice little rotation here. So the safety's rotated down. He's going to rotate back. So he's going to be a half field cover two safety. And then they're going to push this linebacker into the curl window. So really good disguise. Again, he never tips his hand. He is really good disguising the defense. But what excites me about this play, if you watched him over the course of the year, made a lot of plays, okay? So against Florida State last year, had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, ran it back for a touchdown. Had a pick six earlier this year, right? So he has a nose and a knack for the football. If you've been on the channel for a long time, you know that we like to add up all the sacks, interceptions, PBUs, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. I like to call those plays on the ball. And Khari Johnson has a nose for the football. Ball comes flying out here. He's on the sideline, goes and tries to grab it. Initially, they call it a turnover, but I think they went to the booth and they reviewed it and they said he was out of bounds. So, but he's got a knack and a nose for the football. And this is all about pursuit, right? It's all about pursuit. Pursuit to the football, gets in there and almost gets the turnover. Would have added to the list. He had 9 that would have, or he had 9.5 that would have got him up to 10.5, right? Because he had a half a sack at one point in the season. So again, you're gonna try to block him out here on the perimeter with these receivers. It's not gonna happen. Gets rid of the guy, right? But benches him out, sheds, tackles in space. Really good play right there. So this is good. Again, another outside zone play. Gets the hands on, gets rid of that guy, tackles him. Great play. All right, so this one, I have less of a problem with it with him opening his hips, because we get this bracket here, right? So we got bracket coverage. He's got help over the top. He's being super aggressive in trail technique. And this looks like the Travis Hunter plays that we were talking about, right? So he's in his hip pocket. When the receiver tries to cut across his face, he's all over it. Can't get away from Khari. Really good play right there. All right, so this one, he's in man coverage here, and this is what I like to see. I like to see the squareness to the line of scrimmage, okay? So I like to see him staying square like this. Hip, shoulder, square to the line of scrimmage, beat the guy to the spot, drives on the football, gets his hand in there, knocks that thing out. It's a really good play on the ball. I believe it was called a penalty here. I think they called him for holding, but either way, I don't see it. He's in here. Ball arrives. He's not turning him or anything. He's got his hand out extended, knocks the football away. That's a really good job. When you stay square, that's what it's going to look like. All right, so this next one, again, we got a theme going here. Do not try to block this, man. Do not try to block 3 with a receiver. It's not going to happen. All right, so he gets his hands on, sets the edge of the defense. The back sees it and has to cut back inside. Really good job there out there on the perimeter. So they're running lead zone here to the outside. He's got his outside half free. We always talk about this on defense when you're setting the edge. You want to hunker down. So look at how he hunkers down here, right? Has his outside half free, arm and leg free. And now the edge has been set on the defense. So really good job. All right, so this play. This was the play that ended the game. So the Mizzou, they iced the game with this first down here. He's in man coverage on Luther Burden here. And Luther Burden runs a really good route here. So he stems him to the inside, gets back to square, and then breaks to the out, right? So Khari's an inside leverage here. So he's beat by alignment, right? He's beat by alignment, which is, that just happens, right? If you're in man coverage, inside leverage, out route is going to beat you, okay? So he does a great job of staying square, though, this time and not opening his hips too early and driving on the ball. My nitpick here and what I would tell him, and I'm not sure, again, what they're telling him to do on the field, but I always tell my DBs, man, when you're in this situation, right, big third down for the game, the sticks are right here. The play call might be for you to backpedal, or it might be for you to use scooch technique, but you got to play the play within the play, right? You want to use catch technique, and I always say this is a cliff, okay? That first down yard marker for the game, that's a cliff. So if we backpedal off the cliff, the game is over, right? So I'd rather him use catch technique here, buzz his feet, not back up, not give any ground, and then be able to get hands on. So if he stays here, he's going to get a reroute of the receiver right at the first down yard marker. But ends up being a completion, chases it down and makes the tackle. But that's the football game, unfortunately. So you can see it here from the tight angle, right? He's close, but close is not good enough at the end of the game. And I know he would say that same thing. So makes the tackle, and that's the football game. But Khari Johnson, very impressive tape. I'm going to try to get my hands on some more tape. There's not a lot of BC tape out there. So I'm going to try to get my hands on some more tape to be able to do some more breakdowns of him and some of the other guys on this defense. But Khari Johnson, I had an opportunity to coach him and Mike Sainristil out at the Commanders. They're comparable players, right? Might not be that way on the board, but those two, they would compete with each other every day. One day, Khari would win. The next day, Mike would win. Then the next day, Khari would win. It'd be back and forth. Like, this dude is an NFL caliber slot corner. So I'm excited for him to be able to run at his pro day, get some opportunities to go in there and show the NFL what he can do. So you are going to want to come back for more breakdowns. So as always, you know what it is. Coach Williams, Ball Hawks, we fly. I'm out. Peace.